Welcome everyone to another episode here, Giles Podiatry. I'm taking the liberty to answer a question via video, just like I promised. I'll go ahead and read the question because I deferred to answer the question simply because I think a lot of people will benefit from the answer and obviously the explanation as well. So the question's very simple. Let's see where it is here. Maybe you can explain something to me. I have noticed that when the nail is removed, that oftentimes the scab gets left on. No one takes off the scab, and I would have thought that would be one of the first things to go, given the dirt, lint, and bacteria in a now newly open wound. Seriously though, look at other videos and please let me know what you think. It's odd, but for whatever reason in a lot of those videos the nail is removed but not the scab, and it makes it feel kind of incomplete, if you know what I mean. Thank you. I appreciate your time. So to answer this question, I suspect that the patient, just like a couple of other subscribers also answered, I suspect that what this subscriber is asking is, when we perform these procedures, the paronychias, right, specifically the paronychias, the ingrown toenails, there is something that's called a pyogenic granuloma. The pyogenic granuloma is a benign growth. It kind of looks like hamburger meat, also known as proud flesh. It's a vascular lesion, which, like I have said in other videos, it tends to bleed a lot, right? And I suspect that the answer to what this individual is asking is exactly that the scab, right, is the actual pyogenic granuloma. They come in all types of colors, sizes. They're usually oozing and, like I said before, bleeding. And they could cause some discomfort and pain, of course. But they can occur definitely at any age, whether an adult or a pediatric patient. So what we basically do, just like other clinicians and podiatrists out there, everyone has their own technique and approach, but usually we either cauterize them alone or sharply excise them and then cauterize the base. There's a very high likelihood as well that these pyogenic granulomas, or also known as probably the scab, that these lesions do recur. They do have a very high recurrence rate. So going back to this young subscriber, I hope I have answered your question and explanation. And if anyone is wondering, well, why do the granulomas show up, right? When you have an offending nail plate, also known as the ingrown toenail, the body essentially responds or reacts by creating this lesion. We'll give it a pause here a second. And then there's a second comment. It says, in most videos, just like in life, when the big toe has an ingrown nail, sometimes on the top corner of the toenail, dried blood, and God knows what else turns into a dry, crusty, thick scab. And in most of the videos with this subject matter, the nail is removed, but the scab of dried, crusty blood and whatever else is usually left in place, and it leaves an almost unfinished feel to it. I am unsure how else to describe it. Maybe someone else can help out. So that's my Cliff Note version and explanation of what the scab is. Until proven otherwise, it is exactly the pyogenic granuloma. And sometimes they take a day to resorb, or sometimes they take more than just that. A couple of days, maybe even weeks for them to completely resorb, and then eventually the scab will disappear. So I hope that I've answered your question, and I hope this question, as well as the answer and the explanation, will benefit other subscribers as well. Have a nice day.